Little Olya jumped toward the TV set, and after flicking the power switch, started it, blindly feeling around the backside of the photon, trying to plug the console's cable into the antenna input. But bits of TV shows started flashing on the CRT screen when I armed myself with a remote to look for the channel with a sought-after Dendi signal. Did anything interesting happen at home? It was a mundane question for me. I didn't put any actual meaning behind it. But Olya's expression suddenly changed. She lost all of the childish nonchalantness she'd worked so hard to acquire before. What happened, Olya? My sister managed to put the cable in its place and started brushing off her dust-covered hands. She was clearly looking for the courage to continue the conversation. Mom, she... Olya went silent, and for a moment I thought I saw tears welling up in her eyes. She had this scary thing happen to her. Again. My sister looked at me with wet eyes. She had a fit, huh? This had happened before, but it was a rare occasion. Now that we'd moved to this godforsaken place, Mom's fits rose in frequency. Why? It's a fish. Dad brought home a big fish. It was wrapped in a newspaper and had a foul smell. Mom got angry again, then she took a knife. Olya squirmed, looking fearfully out of the window. They started screaming at each other. I froze, imagining my little sister so small and unnoticeable, standing in the kitchen doorway. She wasn't even trying to hide. Her parents just paid her no mind at all. And the mom struck it! Like this! Olya slightly moved her fist downward, imitating a strike. She hit the fish! Oh jeez. It was still alive, Tosha. It must have been in pain. And Mom... It was easy to imagine what happened next. The writhing fish with a blade between its fins squirted some foul-smelling musk into Mom's face. Whenever death got this close to my mom, be it when a person was hit by a bus in front of us and their blood was smeared all over the windshield, or when Grandma chopped off a chicken's head and Mom always got into a weird, dreadful fit. Her eyes would roll over and she would fall on her face like a freshly cut tree and started writhing just like the agonizing fish, turning over chairs and blurting out bits of scary sentences. What about Dad? Did he help her? Olya shuddered as if just remembering it pained her. Yes, but at first... He started laughing, Tosha. He let out an evil laugh when he saw Mom was in trouble. And then he cried. Olya's story made me raise an eyebrow. It seemed like the forest oozing madness had not only completely consumed our mom, but also infected our strong and courageous dad. I quickly stepped toward Olya and locked her in a tight embrace. Aww. She dug her face into my chest, and I could feel my shirt becoming wet. Why are they bullying each other, Tosha? Are they crazy? I stuttered, unable to justify the actions of our parents. I had run out of words, and all I could do was hug Olya even tighter. Olya and I screamed, and she hid behind me. Turn it off, quick! No matter how many times she saw this intro, she would always react the same, just like when she saw that owl. I also got goosebumps every time this ghastly face appeared on the screen, so I immediately complied with my sister's request. The only option seemed to be to play. Finally, the game selection screen showed up for the cartridge that was bundled with the console. Too bad most of the names here were just different levels of the same game. I picked up the gray rectangular controller and started looking around the pixel letters to find the familiar English word for duck. Background music from the menu soothed Olya's mind, and she asked in a calm voice, "How are things at school?" Nothing good. School is new, but my treatment is the same. As if we never moved. I'm so tired of this. Before despair could lead me down this pressing road towards a clutch of oppressive thoughts, something evil writhed deep inside my skull. So the camera just goes up and up and up. Oh, wait, that's a bunny man. Awakening wild and unpleasant memories. Actually, something good did happen. Olya watched with hope-filled eyes as a wicked smile spread on my face, faintly resembling the wound from a box cutter knife. Another boy went missing. Tosha, do you think that's good? Why do you say that? My sister's voice trembled when she looked into my eyes through the thick lenses. You know, that other missing boy, Vova. Maybe what happened to him was all his fault. Maybe he did something so bad he no longer deserved to live. Don't be so cruel, please! Everyone's going mad. Olya pressed her knees into her chin and hugged them with her hands, trying to take up less space. As if she wanted to shrink or even disappear altogether. It was the only reasonable thing for us to do, going missing among all the other broken toys. And never encounter evil parents or mad classmates. We're the only ones left for each other, the only ones who can protect, listen, and sympathize. Which means she's bound to listen to what I think about them all, these beasts, pretending to be children. They're so eager to bully the weak. It was my turn to speak. I think they won't be the last. My breathing quickens. My fingers start banging on the wooden floor. People like them are not worthy of living, going to the same school with us, or looking at your light. My thoughts got tangled. They slipped away along with my calmness. Tosha, stop it! You're scaring me! Don't be scared. I can protect you. Aww. Then I finally noticed that Olya was looking at me like I was a stranger. Who are you? The rage that welled up inside me subsided. It hid under the guise of my cowardliness, leaving me alone with a growing feeling of guilt for scaring my sister. Olya, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Because I'm just going crazy in that school. She rushed to embrace me, barely holding back her tears. It's okay, Tosha. Just please never say anything like this again. I swear on Mom's heart. Olya flashed me a better smile. And you told me I shouldn't say that. You're right. Let's start playing already. I go first. Okay, this is like on its own. Oh. Oh, I have to actually. I have to actually do it with my mouse. Okay. Let's get dangerous. Alright. Round 2. I missed. I missed. I got one. I'm not doing well. Huh! Who wants some more? Oh geez, what the heck? I got one! I did not get one there. I got one! Hi, I got 2! Woohoo! I still lose though. Bang bang and they're dead! You've lost, Tosha! Made your sister happy though. My mom only managed to get through to me on her third attempt. Anton, there's a call for you. It's a girl. I sobered up in an instant and rushed to the hallway. Watch your step. I grabbed the phone, pressed it into my chest, looking at my mom. She shrugged and went into the room, gathering the toys thrown around by Olya as she went. Hello? Your mom has such a young voice. Well, yeah, I mean, she's young. Are you busy right now? No, of course not. Only she knew how costly this conversation could be for me, what risk I took on just answering this call. There were a pen and a shabby notepad lying on the nightstand. I picked them up and started moving the tip of the pen across paper, producing chaotic doodles that always ended turning up into hearts. I've been thinking, I need to tell you something. I froze. It can't be. Does she like me? You've been looking so lost lately. And when I saw you at school today, you were pale like a ghost. I couldn't find words. My heart was aflutter in anticipation. I wanted to say that I'm on your side. A smile was spreading on my face in anticipation for Polina's next words. And I feel so sorry for you. Good guys like you deserve better. I want to believe that you'll find the strength to fight back at some point and the others will stop picking on you. Pen fell out of my weak fingers. Is that all she's going to say? Maybe you'll even find a girlfriend. She sounded as if she was unsure of her own words. Well, I just wanted to let you know that you're a nice guy. It was a total failure. Compassion instead of an invitation to hang out. You there? Before I could reply, Olya descended the stairs. She was holding some book in a pink cover, Encyclopedia of a Young Lady. Will you take long? I covered the handset with my hand. I'm in the middle of a conversation. What happened? Read me a bedtime story, please. Mom fell asleep. Go to your room. I'll be there in a minute. Just be quick, okay? Fine. My last reply sounded excessively annoyed. I sighed, watching my sister running up the stairs. Hello, Polina? Sorry, I need to run. Can you imagine? There's someone in love with me and he snoops about under my windows, demanding to go on a date with him. I'll go chase him away before Grandpa wakes up. Or maybe I should give him a chance. I bit my lower lip in jealousy. I'll tell you tomorrow if you want. We're friends, after all. Friends. At least she didn't say we're besties. Yeah, sure. Good. Buzzer hammered at my brain. Dirty slut, an angry voice spoke through the teeth of my brain. Like a restless zombie devoid of consciousness, I dragged my feet up the staircase. Wish I could tell Dad, ask for his manly advice. But he doesn't show up at home until late at night because of his new job. Parents don't have time for me, to put it lightly. Well, where's your book? I stuttered. The kids' room was empty. Olya? She probably snuck into my room. I started walking down the corridor. The room was infested with shadows. The blinds were wavering like there was someone hiding behind them. I smiled, sneaked toward the window, and threw open the curtain. Gotcha! There was nobody behind the cloth. The window was a TV screen showing a wintry scene. The lamppost, the field, a couple of walking figures in the middle of it. Elisa and Olya. I gasped and pressed my fist to my mouth, sinking my teeth into it. Alyssa was leading Olya into the thicket. I needed less than a minute to hurriedly dress and rush out of the house. My heart was beating like a firing machine gun. The wind carried the cold, resinous smell of coniferous trees from the forest. Freezing air crackled somewhere in the field. Two shadows loomed in front of the gate, but I could only recognize them as my sister and the fox girl because of their height. I ran toward the fence, listening to the howling wind and squeaking snow. One of the figures moved and slowly glided toward the thicket like an ice skater. I slowed down and touched my glasses, trying in vain to adjust my vision to the surrounding darkness. Rory landed on my shoulders like a weightless snowflake. A snake woke up in my belly and started writhing. I felt nauseous. I thought about my home, the flimsy fortress I'd left behind. I finally caught up to my sister, dressed only in a coat. Olya, have you seen that foxy? Olya, why did you go outside? Mom finds out. My sister froze in place, facing the taiga. She was in a hand's reach, and I put my numb wrist on her shoulder for some reason, probably to make sure it wasn't a dream. Oh, a pointy beak was directed at me, strewn with feathers that formed an owl face. Something wearing a bird mask was staring at me. Hoot hoot, she won't. Voice sounded exactly like Olya's. Oh. Hoot hoot, she won't. Voice sounded exactly like Olya's, but there was somebody else hiding behind the feathers in the curtain. I sprinted away as if I got whipped. The masked creature only pretended to be Olya, just to lure me out. I was running like crazy, drowning in snow. The house in front of me was rapidly growing. The yellow light in its windows granted me hope. My mom and sister are there, my salvation. I couldn't hear anything from behind me, as if nobody was chasing me. Maybe it's because the owls can fly? I was already climbing the porch when I noticed another figure. Oh god. From the soot-black shadow of my house, a scruffy wolf cub crawled out and stood in my way. Its movements were jerky, chaotic, as if performing some terrifying dance, or convulsing during a stroke. Even though I could clearly see that the wolf face was a mask, something in this werewolf's convulsions made me freeze in place. The boy in the wolf's costume rubbed his side against the porch post and fell to his knees. He bent his back so hard that I expected his spine to crack. Beast's eyes shone, but he didn't attack. He kept crawling around and running on all fours. I shifted my feet, my mouth agape, trying to keep him in my line of sight. Something was trickling from the slit in the mask. Viscous drops fell to the wooden planks. Saliva. Someone known for his pushed me in the back, whispering me to save myself. Oh god. The fence was flashing by at the edge of my vision. I was running in another direction this time, toward the toothy edge of the forest that smelled of pine. My heartbeat measured time. The wolf boy growled behind my back as if he forgot his human nature. My right leg got stuck in the snow-laden cavity. I yanked it out, cursing under my breath, and fell to the ground. Plastering snow prevented me from standing up, from propping myself against anything. My unbound thirst for life helped me get out of that trap. Darkness was creeping closer, like the toxic fumes of burial pyres. I ran again, gasping for air that stung my throat. My hair swayed in the wind. I lost my hat when I fell down. My ears were now hot from the freezing cold, while most of my body was still sweaty. The field finally ended. After realizing that running into the forest wasn't the smartest decision I could make, I dove into the line of trees. I ran without stopping, my face covered with one of my palms. Didn't want to lose an eye to some random branch. Branches whipped me in my clothes, pricked my skin like butchers that were herding a pig into the grinder. A knot of roots sprouting from the ground grabbed at my foot. I rammed into the scratchy trunk, slid down to its base, and looked around in a panic. You're so fast! My first desire was to dash toward her and hug her. I resisted it and squeezed myself even tighter into the pine. What are you doing here? This and that. She was holding the hat I lost. Working part-time and lost and found. Put it on or your ears will freeze and maybe you can fall off soon. She giggled. I squinted in suspicion and shifted my gaze back and forth between her and the hat, scared that Alyssa might be holding a severed head or something even more sinister. In the end, my hat turned out to be just my hat. Take. I took it and pulled it over my forehead. Feeling warmer? I didn't reply. There were some children in the yard. And? Did they bite you or something? No. And why did you run away? The answer was obvious, but after rolling the thought on my tongue, I mumbled, I don't know. Why did I promise to never call you a dunce again? Oh well, I keep my promises. She walked up to me and grabbed me by the elbow. I sensed the familiar aroma of mint, oranges, and burnt sparklers. I wanted to lean into Alyssa? To savor the minute details of her smell. How many times do I need to tell you? You're safe as long as you're with me. I'm your friend. And they are too. Quickly turned around toward the place the fox girl was pointing to. Kids in masks appeared at the clearing. At least they looked like kids since they were all pretty short. A wolf boy, an owl girl, and a bear boy. They huffed and gasped for air, clearly tired from running around. I thought you fell through the snow. Started digging around and couldn't find you. And I didn't care enough. And then you see, if you're dumb, you run around and dig. And if you're smart, you wait until the others get tired of running around and digging. And then you start talking. You're right. Did you right? Huh? Don't mind him, he's a weirdo. I stood there stupefied, my mouth agape and my hands tangling helplessly. I had no idea how to react to the words of these late-night guests, but I managed to squeeze out something resembling a smile. You just scared me, that's all. They started looking at each other, and somebody even snorted, as if I said something funny. Yes, the fox is right. He's the one. No, this is our... Have we finally found him? Our bunny. Yes, he looks apart. Wolfboy started wagging a part of his costume like it was a tail in excitement. First. Of course you were first. Wolfie here was the first to sense the bunny in you. He told us about you. Hello? You've already met our Hootie before. She isn't that scary, is she? I guess. And this smiling big guy is Teddy. Be mindful with him or he'll shoot off your head. What? I see you've also dropped your sense of humor somewhere on the way here. I was still unsure if these peculiar little animals had the best intentions in mind, so I hid my hands behind my back, trying to look away from the gaping holes of their carnival masks. Elisa put her hands to her sides in a theatrical manner and somehow managed to wink with her fox face. The next time we come, we'll ring bells for you. That way you'll be less scared of our visit. Do we even have any bells? I won't be ringing. My paws hurt. My paw hurts. My smile was no longer fake. You showed us your teeth. That's a good sign. I didn't expect you to find this fun. I thought it was an emotion reserved strictly to Disneyland. How do you even know that? I read about it somewhere. You read about me? Aren't you funny? No, about Disneyland, darling. You can read human? Do you think I've been going to school every day for nothing? Then she sang in a coquettish voice.
Как детей не замечать, как мечты их развенчать. Учат в школе, учат в школе, учат в школе. Крепко-накрепко вломить, с детства слабеньких чморить. Учат в школе, учат в школе, учат в школе.
Where the hit kids every week, where to prey on all the meek at your local school, of course, and in your classroom. I let out a cautious laugh. My new acquaintances didn't seem scary anymore. On the contrary, they looked friendly and welcoming. There was something about them that attracted me. Just like this clearing, this moon, and the snowflakes that fell backwards from this ground to the sky as if someone was rewinding a tape. The masked kids got close and I felt their touch. They gave me friendly taps, felt my clothes, as if checking whether I was real. There was no animalistic malice in their touch, only pure childish curiosity. For some reason, I thought to myself, I can trust them. Snowflakes just kept on floating upwards. Nobody will hurt you anymore. Friend. Yeah, if somebody even tries to. Fox gave me a slight tug and burst out laughing. Oh, well then, Tosha, will you run away screaming or come with us? Where to? To the amusement park! At that moment, Taiga's deceptive silence was broken by the sound of a distant flute. Mesmerizing and alluring, it brought about the ring of crystal glass and the whispers of a fresh winter spring. If I had any doubts before, the flute's song shattered the last of them. I started following my new friends before I could even make my decision. My legs carried me of their own will, and the tunnels made of pines stepped apart, bushes bowed in front of our procession. Everything looked dreamlike. Because even the clearing we ended up on, I only saw in my dream. The flute soared up in the treetops like some fantastical bird. The snowflakes floated up in a spiral. The moon painted tree branches with silver. Alyssa gasped in amazement. I was also in awe. I tilted my head backwards as far as I could. What a sight! It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Wolfie howled in agreement. This is nothing. I can show you much more. If you want. I wanted to see what the fox girl saw with her eyes, hidden in the semi-dark of her cape. Now I didn't feel weird about these masked kids. I felt weird for being the only one without a mask. I felt like I was naked in the January winds. Why do you wear these masks? I was trembling, but I wasn't scared. My trembling was caused by the cold. It originated from the peculiar anxiousness, the anticipation of something amazing. And why do you ask? I touched my cold cheek. I'm not wearing one. I love human tails. Human nails? Human fails. I've already told you. All the villagers wear masks. It's just you won't find anything human underneath them. Even me? You're so clumsy, Anton. You've already found your glasses once already. And your hat. Aha. And your real face. I looked at the mask the fox was holding out to me. The bunny mask that looked like a silver ingot under the moonlight. I was curious to see the world through its slits. Take. Suddenly, fighting its way through the flute's melody, a thought came to me. The glasses they found were in Semyon's possession. My new acquaintances must have known what happened to him. Or even worse. Where did Semyon disappear to? What happened to him? And the other children? Bear and the owl looked at each other. The wolf boy curled into a ball, and the fox lowered the pointy nose of her mask. The one who was kept in a cage. The one who cuts into little pieces. The one who wears a skin face took them. If I knew how to cross myself, I'd do it. So you're saying it was a human? Were you even listening to us? How can you call someone like him human? Just one word for him. An adult. So easy to get lost in the adult world. Killers, cruel animal trainers, and cold parents. If you don't want to get sad, better not to think about them. I don't know about you, but I definitely don't want to be sad. Somehow I'm also not sad today. What about you, Anton? Huh? I was lost in thought, staring at the pines, trying to pinpoint the location of the flute. I was sure that the person who played it was standing right behind the piney stockade. Someone tall going over the holes in the flute with her long fingers. What now? Are we gonna sit and be sad or have some fun? Alyssa wanted to show me something. Let's start with the sweet stuff. The fox girl took out a handful of candy from her pocket and handed them to each of the kids. Covers shuffled, the smell of pineapple, cocoa, and melon wafted through the air. Hello. The last treat of chocolate-covered waffle candy Alyssa put right into my mouth. My tongue was engulfed in spiciness. I felt like my body was covered in fur and small sparks were running along it. I chewed on the waffle and the chocolate, gulped them down, enjoying the vivid taste. Thanks. My gratitude was barely audible because my lips were already touching the insides of a mask. I didn't even notice how I put it against my face. The paper mache was warm. The mask stuck to my skin, giving it a nice prickle. The kind when you dive into a hot bath after being outside in winter, when you lie there and purr from the soapy water. See, I told you, this is yours. Mine. What are we waiting for? The fun won't have itself. You're right! The melody kept swirling the field like a hurricane. I couldn't wait to release the energy the heat from this enchanting music was filling me with. The owl jumped and disappeared into the sky. I heard her laughter from somewhere above, and then she landed huffing and sighing. You can do it too! Give it a try! I followed suit. My feet tore off the ground. I flew toward the stars like a rocket and screamed from happiness after seeing my friends down below. The wind helped me fly. It felt like I was jumping on a huge trampoline. The stars looked like vivid sparkles that I could reach and lick up. The moon also got closer, and then I plunged. I got scared that I'd break my legs for a moment, but my soles landed softly on the ground and I regained my balance. You're safe with us. And wait, everything's in color now, suddenly. And all your dreams will come true. I'm so happy that I finally found you. A bunny. In a fit of merry laughter, I realized the most important thing. These four are not a threat. My real enemies, and I felt that with every single hair on my mask, were those who knew nothing about magic. Humans from the village. I also realized how alive my surroundings had become. I heard the dry grass and the snow moan. I saw faces of the trees and the stars. The trees were smirking and the stars were grimacing in fear. That's right, be scared. I'll jump up to you and snap my teeth and let out a jubilant laugh, jumping up along with the fox. We flew higher than the tallest pines and stayed in the air. I swirled. Alyssa followed my rhythm. I knew that she was smiling, so I smiled too. And the flute just kept on playing, carrying us higher and higher. Hey, did someone put a spell on you? That someone is standing next to me, I thought, trying to unglue my chin from the desk. My muscles felt slightly sore, but that feeling was pleasant. The whole class was wandering about for some reason, whispering and passing notes to each other. Their faces looked like discolored masks to me, bleak and boring. I yawned, remembering the time I was soaring high above the forest with Alyssa by my side, laughing and squeezing my hand. Probably it was all just a dream. So I didn't walk back from the forest. I just woke up in my bed on a normal morning with tea and medicine. Still, I was hardly worried about trying to find a rational explanation for my night dance. That feeling of flight was much more important. The knowledge of how it feels to be hanging in the air above the treetops. There's 3 of those now. Oh yeah, the little girl. Air above the treetops and majestic pines and baring my teeth at the moon. Sorry, I got lost in thought. Have you heard about Katya? Huh? I glanced at the empty seat in front of me. Katya went missing. My sleepiness was gone in an instant. I frowned in suspicion. What do you mean? It can't be! Oh. Oh. On that note, I guess we made it to episode 4. On that note, thank you for watching. A lot just happened. A lot just happened. Yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the videos, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also, be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!